Welcome to the Geeks and Greeks podcast, where we bring in the latest and greatest in the world of sports. We couldn't be more thrilled to kick off this exciting journey with all of you. In this podcast, we'll dive into everything from game recaps to news and hot takes. Whether you're a diehard fan or just someone looking to stay in the loop, there's something here for everyone. So grab your favorite team's jersey, settle in with some snacks, and let's get ready for an adrenaline-packed ride through the world of sports. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Geeks and Greeks podcast. We are back for another episode on the NFL for Week 6. Don't forget to like and subscribe and get into that algorithm so we can get going, and it's going to be fun as always. Yeah. So before we get into it too far, though, how has your guys' week been?
Man, work's been insane. My kids are here this week, so that's been nuts. Been running around like crazy. The Eagles played on Thursday. I hate when the Eagles play on Thursday because, I didn't even watch any football on Sunday. I've only watched recaps, I'm sorry to say. And, I'm happy to be here, away from children, away from the hustle bustle of work, hanging out with you guys today. I'm spent, boys.
Right?
We've been busy around here. My sister's getting married, and everybody is getting coordinated for the big day.
Yeah.
Right.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last week was the last week of I had two classes going at the same time, so I was trying to finish up both, and that's always fun, trying to get everything finished up and submitted on time and all that. And so now I'm waiting for final grades to come in, so that's always the fun time. Yeah. One of them I'm not worried about because one of them I was carrying an A going into the final week, so I'm okay with that one. It's the other one that I'm kind of nervous about because he hadn't graded stuff for a couple weeks, so I'm not sure how we're doing on that one.
I hate when that happens.
But we'll move things along into QB Survivor.
And now it's time for QB Survivor.
QB Survivor, where every week we choose a quarterback to eliminate until the end of the regular season, where we find out who is the QB Survivor. This week, CJ Stroud has the golden immunity because he's on the bye. Pete, who are you giving your immunity to?
So you guys are going to have to forgive me here because I'm going full on homer pick. Jalen Hurts has been having a rough season. He had a particularly rough game this week. He had 3 more sacks that weren't good sacks to be taking. He threw an interception this time. Back-to-back losses for the first time in over a year. The guy was 2 wins away from breaking an NFL win streak record. I think he deserves a little break. No, he had a bad game. The whole team had a bad game. So he's going to be my immunity this week.
See, I thought Pete would be putting him on the chopping block because of what happened last year when we put him on the chopping block.
One of the reasons I'm giving him immunity is because we sold him out so fast, and it was damn, he might have won if he had stayed on.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, you can make the argument that because we sold him out so quickly is what happened and turned the entire season around.
I mean, you might be right. We'll see about next week.
Adam, who are you putting up for immunity?
I think mine is going to surprise you guys. I am putting up Caleb Williams for immunity this week.
I am surprised.
I know they won. He played okay at best in that game. He took 3 bad sacks. And I mean, one of his biggest weaknesses that we have talked about a lot, and a lot of people have talked about, is he holds the ball for too long. And 2 of his 3 sacks he just stood in the pocket for about 5 seconds and just would not throw the ball or do anything. And it's like, dude, you can't do that in the NFL level. You got to do something with it. You can't just stand there and wait for something to happen. Either you got to make something happen, which he did on a number of other plays, and he kind of made something happen or ran it and got positive yards or threw it away, which was, good on him. You can see the progression in Ben Johnson working with him. But at the same time, he made just bad plays, and he got lucky that he didn't have at least 2 interceptions on this, because he had a couple bad throws that should have probably been picked off. He got lucky that they didn't get it. But I mean, he's been playing well this year so far, and this was his first bad game, really, and they still won. So, I mean, I wanted to give him at least another week to kind of see what happens after this. So, yeah, I'm going to give him another chance after this week.
All right. For my immunity pick, hear me out on this one. I understand that missing two consecutive weeks is usually the death nail in QB Survivor, but I feel like Lamar Jackson has earned himself enough grace to get through this bye week and into week 8. And after that, I'm done with charity. If he's still on the injured list, I'll cut him myself. But
Wow.
for now, I'm giving Lamar Jackson my immunity, even though he didn't play at all.
I will say that they have said that they do plan to play him week 8 after the bye week this week.
Yeah, I heard that, but they
So-
also said they planned on playing him this week, and they didn't.
I mean, that's also one of those things. Hamstrings, man. You never know with the hamstring injury.
Yeah, you don't
That's
play with
honestly why
hamstrings.
That's why I think hamstrings are the worst for any kind of like running back. Like they're the worst. Like they're worse than ACLs to me, because at least with an ACL, you're out pretty much done for the season. Hamstrings, you could be good in a week or two. You could just be done for the season because it's going to just linger and give you problems. Like this is probably one of the worst injuries besides like a back injury, honestly.
And you just don't play around with those hamstrings, ACLs, tendons, any
Calf.
of it. Just
You have a calf injury. Yeah, we've seen what happens with those. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm not going to lie, he was on my elimination list.
We had a training video where they showed a woman stepping down and her ACL tearing in the step, and it was all close up, and it was like, oh, okay.
See, it's funny. You cringe and tear. I'm just like, cool. I don't know.
But Pete, who are you putting up for elimination?
All right. So I am going to be putting up Matthew Stafford of Los Angeles.
Nice choice.
181 yards. He had 1 touchdown and he had 2 fumbles. I think only one of them was lost, but still, abysmal performance. And you were playing Cooper Rush's Baltimore Ravens, and yeah, you won, but like, terrible game, my man.
All right, Adam, who are you putting on the chopping block?
So, I am putting up Josh Allen.
You beat me.
Like, he had an absolutely terrible game. And honestly, he's the reason they lost this week. Like, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 4 sacks, 18.7 QBR. Like, Atlanta got to him early and they got to him often, like, throughout the entire game. Like, 4 sacks is just, that's weird for Josh Allen. He usually doesn't take that many sacks. And I mean, a couple of them were just really badly timed sacks. Like, I don't know what was going on. And that last interception, the game was lost because of him, because he threw a bad pass. Instead of just running it like he should have, or running out of bounds, or just throwing it away, he threw a bad pass right to the defense, and that was the game. Like, he threw the game away at the end of it. And it's like, dude, you'd be 5-1 right now and still tied for first, but now you're 4-2. I mean, still 4-2 is not bad, but you specifically lost the game with that bad pass and that second interception. It's 100% on you. It wasn't a tipped ball, wasn't anything to receive. Like, it was 100% on him. Like, sorry, man. I know it was one bad game, and we've gave Caleb Williams a pass for one bad game, but this was worse. This was just so bad. Like Atlanta made him look like Bryce Young.
Oh. All right. I'm putting up a quarterback who had 1 interception, 3 sacks, and a fumble, and a loss to Chicago. To Chicago. He lost. Jaden Daniels, you are so much better than this. What happened, dude?
I mean, I can't stand weeks where we lose and the rest of the division wins. But this wasn't one of those weeks.
I was gonna say Dallas lost.
Dallas lost to freaking
And Washington
Carolina.
lost. New York, yeah, everybody lost except New York because they played the Eagles. This is the only reason. I would bet had New York not played Philly, quite possibly the entire division would have lost this week.
Yep, probably.
All right, Pete, who are you voting for? And you can't vote for Matt Stafford.
You know, it's funny. We literally went through my list 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, mine too.
So I guess my number 2 is going to be Josh Allen, so I'm going to have to go and vote for him. I agree. This was a completely unforgivable performance.
All right, Adam, and you can't vote for Josh Allen.
So this was weird because I didn't even have Jaden Daniels on my list, and Matt Stafford is actually my number 2 for immunity. So, but I mean, I have to say Stafford because he also had just a bad game against a defense that hasn't looked good all season, and there's no reason for that kind of a game on that. So I'm going to go Stafford on this one.
This was tight. Stafford and Allen were my 1 and 2, but I had Stafford edging out as slightly worse. So I'm putting my vote in for Stafford. And with that, Stafford, you're off the island.
Hasta la vista.
The big galoot lives to see another day. It's not even a bad thing because he really is. He's one of those lovable big galoots.
What are you calling?
Josh Allen,
Josh
A
Allen.
galoot?
big galoot.
I don't know what that word means.
It's just
an
a big old
old-timey
lovable
word.
dude that you just can't, just a big dude.
An old-timey word.
Yeah.
But moving on to the next section, winners and losers.
It's time for winners and losers.
I want winners. I want people that want to win.
You are one pathetic loser.
Winners and losers, where we here at the Geeks and Greeks podcast predict a team to win next week and a team to lose next week. We can only choose a team once each year, and at the end of the year, whoever has the most points wins. This year, we're turning up the difficulty by adding the rule that the winner and the loser have to be from the same division. And as always, the winner and the loser must be from 2 different games. To recap from last week, Adam and Pete both went with the AFC East, taking the Patriots over the Saints. Sure did, 19. Are the Patriots good? Can we say the Patriots are good? It's weird to say in my
Patriots
mouth.
might
It
be
leaves a
good this
weird
year.
taste.
I think the Patriots are back, man.
I don't know about back, but they might be good.
I mean, right now they're tied for the first place in the division. I think they actually are first right now. I think they have the tiebreaker.
Kind of nuts.
And on the other half of the AFC East, you both had the Jets losing to the Broncos. Sure did, but in a game that was way closer than it should have been. I was expecting like a 2-touchdown gap, and it ended 13-11.
I mean, to be fair, the Broncos were only 3.5-point favorites, and they didn't even cover that spread.
The Jets had negative 10 passing yards in this game. This is the worst passing yard loss since Ryan Leaf's rookie season.
Wow.
That's amazing.
The Jets had 3 field goals and a safety for 11 points. Justin Fields, come on, man.
It's one of those things. I'm probably becoming a Justin Fields apologist, but I feel like he's also been just in bad situations because first he was in Chicago, now
That's
he's
called
in
the
the
Jets.
Jets.
Yeah.
I feel like if he went to a half decent organization, he might actually become at least a half decent. He's never going to be a franchise quarterback, obviously, but he could be I think a decent quarterback.
You could be the next Carson Wentz.
I mean, I wouldn't go that low, but geez.
We got to play him this week, and he's on a 2-game win streak. Like, what? I'm going to be so mad if we lose to Carson Wentz. I'm going to be so mad if we lose to Carson Wentz. Oh my god.
I mean, is Philly gonna burn like the stadium down if they lose 3 games in a row?
It's been so long since we've lost 3 games in a row. I don't know what's going to happen.
Like, I mean, is Sirianni gonna survive losing 3 games in a row? Or are you gonna have like?
I don't know. I mean, I keep trying to go back to last season and remember that, like, by week 5, I wanted him out of town. I wanted him never seen again in the city of Philadelphia, and I was done with him. And he won the Super Bowl, and I keep trying to remind myself that. But this just feels like 2023 all over again, man.
Like we're starting that descent.
Yeah, except we did it faster this time. Like, it started at week 5. Yeehaw.
I mean, you still have a bye coming up, and you can still right the ship.
I mean, yeah, we'll see.
I don't know, man. This is such a weird season in general. Like, I don't know what to do with this season right now, which is also what makes this so fun.
But to round out the section, I went with the AFC North, bringing the Ohio hate. Starting with the Steelers to win over the Browns. Yep, 23-9. And I love the announcer calling out Aaron Rodgers saying, yeah, he's not as fast as that defense. He better throw that ball. And then the Ohio hate continued with the Bengals losing to the Packers 27-18. But to prove that I'm not complete haterade, Ohio State won over Illinois. So take solace that your college team is still good.
The best in the nation, man. Number 1.
But to recap, the Geeks and Greeks podcast went 6 for 6. Woo!
Hey.
Right.
It helps when 2 of us pick the exact same games, the exact same outcomes.
2 of the worst teams in the league.
Right?
And after week 6, I'm in the lead with 6. Adam's on my heels with 5, and Pete with 4.
Hey!
Tight race.
Yep.
Slowly coming back. Most
I'm going to overtake
comeback
Tom this week.
There it is.
I'm going to call it now.
But Pete, what division are you going with this week?
All right. We are going to close out the NFC West this week.
Okay. Who's your winner?
So I am going to say that Houston's injuries are going to plague them, and I'm going to take Seattle, taking the win at home.
Oh, I lost you there, Pete. You said Seattle?
Seattle at home.
Okay. All right, and who's your loser?
I will be taking the Cardinals to continue their 4-game loss streak, rather, while hosting Green Bay.
All right. Adam, who are you what division are you taking? Do we have another crossover?
So I'm also taking the NFC West.
Okay.
God.
And I swear to God, we don't plan this out. Like, we're in separate cities, so we don't talk about this beforehand at all. But for my winning team, I also chose the Seattle Seahawks to win.
Oh my God.
And your loser?
The Arizona Cardinals.
Wow. Okay.
The funny part is I had 2 different teams chosen, and then I actually switched it and picked these 2 later.
Oh, that's
because
awesome.
It's funny because I was actually going through and looking at my picks beforehand and realized I had been picking a lot of AFC divisions. I'm like, you know what? I need to really kind of look more into the NFC. And I'm like, and I saw these. I'm like, you know what? I went with these 2 specifically. I'm like, wow. So yeah, this was not done intentionally, but somehow we also doubled up for the 2nd week in a row.
Second week in a row. Well, guys, I am also taking the West, but but it is the AFC West.
Okay.
I am taking the Broncos to win over the Giants. This should be a slam dunk.
I don't
I
know,
think
man.
so, man. Jackson Dart, dude, he's got some magic in them.
Cam Skadwu, man, he puts the C in CT.
Yeah, like my goodness.
And I'm taking the Raiders to lose to the Chiefs.
That's a fair pick, yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Chiefs are back in form, man. It's not fair. It's not fair at all.
And I think they just technically got their number one receiver back this week for Rasheed Rice.
Yeah. Oh, Richie Rice came back too.
He comes
Xavier
back from
Worthy came
suspension
back.
this week.
Xavier Worthy just came back from injury.
This week Rasheed Rice is active off suspension, so he comes back for the first time this week.
That's not fair, man. Like, can I get some corners returning?
Please?
Can I get some defense at all? I just want a defense to show up more than against just the Jet.
But that brings us into the next section of the podcast, a word from our sponsors.
Hey guys, what's up? Before we continue our show, I want to talk to you about our new sponsor, Dubby. You ever feel like you need that extra oomph to power through those late night study sessions, clutch those game wins, or finish that epic video edit? I know I do, and I finally found something that actually works without the jitters or the dreaded crash. Let me introduce you to Dubby. That's right guys, we're partnering with Dubby and we're seriously hyped. Dubby is our new go-to energy drink and it is a total game changer. What makes it so different is first off, and this is huge for me, Dubby has no artificial dyes, plus it's all completely sugar-free. So, you don't get that quick energy spike followed by a massive crash. And the taste is absolutely amazing. Dubby comes with a bunch of different flavors, such as Tiger's Blood, Green Apple, Strawberry Pineapple, plus limited time offers that do go quickly. I'm currently obsessed with the Tiger's Blood myself, but they're all really good. Alright, so how do you get your hands on this stuff? Head on over to dubby.gg and use our code GEEKS10 for 10% off your entire order. That's dubby.gg, dubby.gg. Seriously guys, go give it a try. You won't regret it. We love this project and I'm sure you will too. It's definitely been a game changer for us and I'm stoked to be sharing it with the rest of you. Now, let's go ahead and get back to our show.
That brings us into Geeks and Greeks news. The first story on the docket is MetLife turf is unsafe. Now, during the Eagles' loss to the Giants, several key players were benched, citing a fear of injury on MetLife turf. Now, this may sound ridiculous until you realize that MetLife has caused the most injuries of any NFL venue. At least 20 players over the past 5 seasons have suffered ACL tears, tendon tears, and other season-ending injuries, including Nick Bosa, Sam Solomon Thomas, Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert. Yeah. Mostert. Shane Lee. I'm not going to list them all. But I will mention Sterling Sharp twice. He had an ACL, he had an Achilles tear in 21 and an ACL tear in 22. Kyle Fuller, Al Woods, Aaron Rodgers himself, Jalene Phillips, and Andrew Thomas. And the most recent addition to the list, Malik Neighbors.
Yeah. Turf Monster's real, man.
Yeah,
Coming
it really
for
is.
us all.
And then you have the Jets and Giants fans giving the excuse that real grass is expensive and MetLife can't afford it. Well, that doesn't hold water anymore because they were forced to install real grass when they hosted the 2025 World Cup, and then they tore it out. Per MetLife officials, it's cheaper to maintain turf. So they tore it out. I'm like, you know what's more expensive than turf, though? Replacing football players.
You know what I really want to hear from a life insurance company? Sorry, we don't care about your injuries. We're trying to save money.
Whiskey in the nose hurts.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. It's ridiculous. Football is a game that is meant to be played outside and on grass. It's the way I've always felt. I don't like domes. I never have. I think retractable domes are a cop-out, and no offense. to both of you because you both have one. But and then I think if for nothing else, grass stains. Like grass stains are one of the best parts of football.
You just
You
like
know-
grass stains because it makes the Eagles jerseys look amazing.
I will say that there are in some retrospects, I do miss having actual grass on, football fields. It does make it more like feel like actual playing football. Like I understand why so many more teams pretty much every team is going to domes and to take out the weather element to make it basically more passer friendly. That's why they're doing it, because it's easier to pass in a dome than to have to deal with the weather. But it also kind of ruins the game and the experience. I remember as a kid, I used to love like the winter games and playing when the teams would play in the snow and everything. Like those were always my favorite games. Like I absolutely loved in the early 2000s when, the Patriots and the Raiders played in the snow and they had to basically go out and clear the snow out of every 10 yards every like 15, 20 minutes because it was snowing so bad. Like, This is football. This is what it was meant to be. And it's like, I feel like it ruins it. And we had way less injuries back then, too, at least with ACLs and Achilles and all that. I do also feel like part of the injuries with a lot of these ACLs and stuff like that, too, part of it is also because the players are getting so much bigger and faster, their bodies can't take the pressure and everything else that comes with it, too, at the same time. It's just the repeated buildup of the years of punishment. I think part of it is their bodies are breaking down faster. And
I mean, it's not just that, but it's also that like with all of that additional athleticism come different acrobatics. I mean, you got guys doing backflips in the end zone. You got the guys hurdling other players. Like,
backwards.
Yeah, backwards sometimes. Like, and these are all super exciting and I love them and I'm not speaking out against them.
No,
but like
not at
with
all.
that comes more injury. You know, like when you're doing a backwards hurdle over someone, your ACL is doing a very technical maneuver. And it is very easy for that technical maneuver to make it snap, especially when you're about to get leveled by a guy who weighs 250 pounds. You know,
the fact that these dudes that are 250, 260 that can run this fast and generate this much power, it's no wonder we see dudes getting hurt so often. I mean, it's just crazy what they can generate and the force that these guys hit each other with. I mean, it's unfortunately just also part of the game, but at the same time, we come back to the turf and everything, their cleats get stuck in it, and we see it all the time. They pivot the wrong way, and the cleat and the turf doesn't release the way grass would. And the knee twists or the ankle twists, and there goes your tendon, and it's done.
Right. And meanwhile, the NFL is like, oh, yeah, more games, more games, more games. Let's go overseas and play in non-regulation fields. Like, let's amp up the possibility for this. Like, they should do like FIFA does and force a regulation field to be put in place and otherwise not go there. I don't know. They spend so much time on, and I'm glad they have. I'm glad that last year was the lowest year of concussions on record. Like, that's great and it's wonderful. Let's not neglect the rest of the game just because we're focusing on concussions.
Yeah, I honestly think that they honestly should ban the turf fields. They need to go back to they need to go back to regular traditional grass fields, because even then at the same point, like the technology they have to seed and maintain those fields is so much different now than it was in the 90s and 2000s. Everything has changed. Like you'd see, I mean, you would still have you're still going to have the ACL tears, you're still going to have these injuries, but I think they would go down. The turf is a big reason because of it.
See, I'm all on board with mandatory grass fields. The dome, on the other hand, I'm fine leaving those alone.
Of course you are.
Honestly, the dome would make it easier to maintain the grass fields.
Yeah. But moving into the next story, Sunday 8 o'clock's game was the 4-1 Lions against the 2024 Super Bowl silver medalists, the 2-3 Chiefs. Goff and Mahomes both had an amazing game, hitting greater than 70% of their completions, and 2+ touchdowns each. This was a brutal game, but at the end of it, Brian Branch of the Lions decided to go over and have a calm and peaceful discussion with Juju Smith-Schuster of the Chiefs. And by calm and peaceful discussion, I mean decided to punch Juju Smith-Schuster in the face. This is Brian Branch's 12th fight in 2 seasons. Branch has been given a 1-game suspension, which Branch is appealing.
I mean, of course he is. Like, what else is he gonna do?
They always do, yeah. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Some believe that this was due to the fact that the Chiefs were hit with exactly 0 penalties. Chiefs fans will tell you that this was just clean football, while most every other football every other football fan will tell you that this was bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he should have punched a ref instead.
Yeah, but you get in trouble doing that.
You get in trouble either way, man.
Yeah, but he hits a ref. He's like kicked out of the league.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean,
and did you guys see what happened with the refs when this fight started?
No.
This fight started immediately after the game, and as soon as Brian Branch hit Juju, the refs bolted down the tunnel. They were gone.
They knew what was going on. They knew whose fault this was.
I ain't clocked in for this shit. I'm out.
He's like, nope, I'm not getting involved. I'm out.
Well, I mean, when you watch the game and go back and see it, like, yeah, this is a classic Chiefs game where they have no penalties against them, and the Lions have everything going against them. It's just one of those things where, the NFL says they want to cut down on taunting and on all this other stuff, but yet Mahomes is doing it in front of the referees in the end zone and gets nothing.
Yeah.
But as soon as someone calls him out on it, it's just good, clean football.
I will disagree, though, that they were saying when Mahomes was reaching out to shake hands with Brian Branch and Brian Branch just completely ignored him, that they were saying that was taunting. I was like, that's not taunting.
No, I'm talking about when he ran it in for a touchdown and he's flexing on Branch in the end zone in front of his face.
Okay, yeah, that part. Yeah, 100%.
No, that's what everyone's complaining about. Like, now they're reaching in front of him. If I was Branch, I'd ignore him too, and then Schuster comes up and starts talking too. And then totally flops when he gets hit because he did not hit him that hard.
Are you kidding? His helmet went, bruh.
And he's an NFL receiver that's 6'2" and 200 pounds.
That's true.
He didn't hit him that hard to knock him down and make him flail like that.
He might have over-embellished a bit, but man.
He sold it like Shawn Michaels fighting Hulk Hogan at SummerSlam. Don't give me that.
Heck.
I mean,
all right.
This goes back to my point of accountability for referees. And we're never going to get it until they will accept challenging penalties and the lack of a penalty. It should absolutely be a challengeable that there was a penalty on a play when it was blatant. Like, if the quarterback is on the wrong side of the line of scrimmage and he throws the football and they don't catch it, I should be able to challenge that. Like, that should be a challengeable thing. Just like if there is a hold. And I know people are like, oh, you can make the game take forever. First off, they've already done way too much to make the game shorter as is. Second off, it's not going to make the game take any longer. It's the same number of challenges. I'm not saying increase well, they should. But in this context, I'm not saying increase the number. It needs to be challengeable that there was pass interference on a play. Even if it was offensive pass interference, if it was a pick play, if it wasn't a pick play, and they called it a pick play, these should be challengeable things. And we're never going to be okay with the referees till the referees are accountable. And the only way to do it is to be able to throw a challenge flag and actually overturn it. Not that bullshit that they tested that one year and literally didn't overturn a single flag.
And if it is overturned, the ref has to come on the mic and say the words, "I was wrong."
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
My bad.
My bad.
See, I'm okay with my bad. Just say you were wrong. Admit it, man.
And like, what happened to the New York assist though? Because like, I've seen in more than a few games that New York has come in and been like, yeah, there was a flag on that play. No, wasn't a flag on that play. They didn't do that during the Chiefs game. Like, is New York also on the side
No,
of the
they
Chiefs? I guess
they went blacked out. They couldn't get the game.
blacked out the game in New York.
Communication blackout is the weirdest thing.
It was
No,
the strangest thing.
communication.
Yep,
CCTV shut down. The
Lost
whole city,
communication.
New York, was just dark for one day.
They lost communication with the team.
It's the weirdest thing, I tell you. But moving on to the next story, James Franklin, wrong coach. Brian Callahan first. Brian Callahan has been released from the Titans. Titans president is quoted as saying, "We just felt like this was the right time to make a change. Mid-season is the worst time to make a change ever. We were looking for growth in this football team, and that's what we're trying to, and that's what this is about right now. We're not seeing enough growth from this football team. Currently, the Titans are 1-5, tied for the second worst record in the league, with the Dolphins, Ravens, Browns, and Saints, with the 0-6 Jets being the worst. Brian Callahan ends his tenure with the Titans with a record of 4-19. Okay, maybe they should have fired him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I had one of my friends reach out, ask if this was a issue with the coaching or more of an issue with like the front office and upper management not putting together a decent team. And this is a coaching issue. Like, I mean, I know the roster is not great, but you also see absolutely there's no progression going on with this team. The team looks absolutely terrible, and this comes down to bad coaching. Like, this dude looks like he's in over his head at this point. Like, Callahan's not a good head coach, at least. I mean, he might be good as a coordinator or, like, a positions coach or something like that, but I don't think this dude is cut out to be a head coach in the NFL. I think they made the right choice doing it now because I don't think they've got a bye coming up soon. If I remember right, I don't think they have a bye till week 10 when I looked into this earlier. So, I mean, you've got a ways until the Titans even have a bye week. So it's like, I wouldn't even wait for a bye week at this point. You might as well just cut the cord, have one of the interim coaches come in, have one of your, the coordinators or somebody come in and just do it now and just rip the Band-Aid off and just get it over with because you're not going to get any better with this guy.
Yeah, the way they're talking is McCoy, the assistant coach, is already, they're trying to make him not just the interim coach, but actually the replacement head coach.
Colt McCoy?
No,
Oh, okay. I was going to say Colt McCoy's the assistant coach. Wow.
Are you allowed to make a coaching change like that? I thought it had to be interim until the end of the season. No.
I think it does because I think you have to interview other people. It's part of the
Rudy rule, something like
the
that.
Rooney rule. Yeah, you
Rooney
have to
rule.
interview people at the end of the season before you can make a head coach a hire like that.
Right.
but there is an exception to the Rooney rule if you are promoting from within.
Yeah. Okay.
So Mike McCoy would be a legitimate workaround the
Okay.
Rooney rule.
I mean, we'll see, but yeah, I think this was legitimately a move that had to be made now and just be to get it over with. If you already have someone in the organization you want to take over, it's best to just do it and have him take over now and start working with the team.
Now,
I mean, this is what you get for picking your head coach from Cincinnati, man. Just saying. Trust
You should
anybody
have-
that
you
comes
should-
out of there. Should have learned.
Now, for a coaching termination that is got me absolutely scratching my head, James Franklin has been released from Penn State after 12 seasons as their head coach. Now, Penn State started the season at 3-0, having won over Nevada, Florida International, and Villanova, but then dropped to number 15 in the Big Ten by losing 3 straight to Oregon, UCLA, and Northwestern, making their record 3-3. Apparently, this is such an egregious failure that they dumped James Franklin. I don't the man has not had a losing season since he started coaching for Penn State. And I'm not counting the COVID year. That's bullshit. But his worst record was 7-6 in 2021. He's last year he was 13-3 and 10-3 and 11-2 the year before that. He's a good coach, and they just cut him loose the minute he goes 50-50.
So this is where the realm of college football is probably one of the worst for coaches, because if you lose the wrong games, you're out. And this is where losing to UCLA and Northwestern did him in, because they are two of the worst teams in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And UCLA looking like they could possibly win only that one game against Penn State. And also, so James Franklin's record against Ohio State in his tenure at Penn State has been 4-19, and his record against other top 10 teams since he's been at Penn State is 4-21.
You're focusing on the negative. You got to focus on the positive.
That's what gets him fired.
That's what gets you fired. His record against Michigan, his record against top 25 teams, 17-26. He can't win against good teams. That's the problem. And when you also lose against the bad teams, that's another problem.
That's another problem.
The bigger issue with this is the bigger problem the bigger conundrum with this is they still owe him a $50 million buyout that they're going to have to pay him. So even though he's fired, he's still guaranteed $50 million.
That's bonkers. I want a job where I still get paid $50 million after I've been fired.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, my bad. So his record against Ohio State is 1-10, not 1-19. That was combined between Ohio State and Michigan. So Ohio State, he's 1-10. Michigan, he's 3-7. Like, you can't lose that many to those two teams. Like, you've got to beat them more than once and more than 3 times. Like, granted, they're a tier below Ohio State, but they should be better than Michigan, especially like the last 2 years.
Are you accusing him of inflating his stats intentionally playing bad teams?
I mean, kind of, but that's also what a lot of college football teams do.
Yes, they do.
At the same time, you're also supposed to win against better team. You're supposed to win against good teams too. You can't have losing records against good teams and expect to stay in programs like this. So
I just get this image of UCLA just has an intramural team and you lost to them. What the hell, man?
Yeah, like they had looked terrible and then they lost to UCLA and Northwestern. While Northwestern technically has a winning record, they're not a good program at all, and they just beat you in Penn State.
Yeah,
so
that is
like,
gas on the fire.
And the fact that came as the third straight loss, that's what was the nail in his coffin. Had that been like the first loss, it wouldn't have been as big a deal. But the fact that this was number 3 in a row, it's bad. But you know what? He's going to find another job. He'll get hired somewhere else. So it's like, it's not that bad. And he'll be guaranteed those contracts. So he's going to get paid from that school plus whatever Penn State's going to pay him out. So that's the one nice thing about the college coaches is if you can produce like that, you'll get a job somewhere else and you'll get paid from both schools while you're doing it. So he'll land on his feet.
For sure. So that's the crazy part is if memory serves, he just recently got a new contract. That's why the $50 million price tag's too so high.
That's what's crazy is I think he just got re-signed a year or two ago.
Yeah. It's been within a few years.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But moving on to the next section, the MLB postseason picture. We are in the league championships. On the AL side, we have the Mariners leading the Blue Jays 2-0. And on the NL side, we have the Dodgers leading the Brewers 1-0. Currently playing game 2 with the Dodgers leading 2-1.
Yep. Like, I've been watching a little bit of the playoffs and it's been fun. I like playoff baseball. It's actually really enjoyable. Even watching it on TV, you can feel the excitement. It's a lot different. I mean, me personally, I don't have a dog in either one of these races. I mean, I'm rooting for Seattle though. I've always wanted to see teams that don't. It's more fun to see teams that haven't win.
Yeah.
Seattle's come close the last couple years. Pete's still bitter about Philly. We know.
You always got to root for the team that knocks you out. So I'm rooting.
Yeah. It's one of those things that, like the Dodgers are like just like have this insane team. It's hard to root for them sometimes.
It's true.
Like Milwaukee's the closest thing to a hometown team right now.
Yeah.
But
So-
at least they're not the Yankees.
Yeah, that's true. You can't root for the Yankees unless you're like from New York.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been fun.
Honestly, I'm hoping for a Mariners Dodgers world.
I'd love a Mariners Brewers, man. That'd be fun.
I hope the Dodgers just crush every one of their opponents and just like sweep the rest of the playoffs. It's just like
Shohei gets a World Series.
and it's just destiny. Like it wasn't the Phillies sucked this year. It was just like no one was stopping the Dodgers. It's fine. Yep.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, like I said, the Dodgers swept Philly. They're up 1-0 right now, so we'll see what happens today. But I mean, it's possible. The Dodgers just that's also one kind of cool thing with baseball is that if the ownership wants to, they can go out and they can build a great team. It's just a lot of owners don't want to pay for it.
To correct you, my friend, they did not sweep Phillies.
Oh, the
Phillies
Phillies
won
did get a
one
game. My
Yeah,
bad.
they got one game.
My bad. I forgot.
Thank you.
Sorry. Sorry.
Although they keep referring to it as a gentleman's sweep.
Yes.
So like, damn it. All right, fair.
But that is it for me.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's going to be about it for for this show. We got final words.
I don't have any big changes in wrestling to congratulate anyone for. But
Wow.
yeah, I know. But there were a lot of pay-per-views recently. I haven't watched Crown Jewel yet, but
Also, just because you have to catch up.
yeah, I'm still catching up. I'm so far behind. Here we go. AEW Dynamite just hit its 6th anniversary. So congratulations to Tony Khan.
Wow, it has
and
been
the
around
Elite.
6 years.
Yeah, it's been 6 years now, and actually that show was pretty awesome. That episode of Dynamite. So anyway, watch wrestling. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. I got congrats to IU football winning over Oregon 30-20. This was particularly amazing considering the Oregon mascot was holding a sign that said, "The Indy 500 is a Walmart F1 race." Normally, I'm not invested in IU football, but after seeing that, I rooted my butt off for IU football.
I mean, I got to give him credit. That's actually a pretty creative sign.
I know,
It's
right?
a creative sign, but like I don't know if that's a compliment or a diss.
I mean,
Congratulations to Cam Newton for getting his number 2 jersey retired by Auburn. This is only the 4th number retired by Auburn. Cam Newton led Auburn to an undefeated national championship season in 2010 and won the Heisman Trophy. Way to go. And best wishes to the Colts after 2 of your players were injured in the dumbest ways possible, with left corner Chavarius Ward suffering a concussion in pregame warmups after running into Drew Ogletree, the Colts tight end. Yeah, you heard that right. He ran into his own tight end and got put into concussion protocol. And for the second player, Anthony Richardson suffered a fractured orbital bone after snapping himself in the face with a resistance band during the warm-up.
Did it snap? I hope it snapped.
I hope
And
it
it-
snapped.
Didn't just like
But yeah,
you just
yeah. This bone right here, he broke it.
Jesus. That must have been some resistance band though.
oof. Yeah.
Uh,
I mean,
But
he's
yeah.
a football player, so one would expect.
but yeah,
But
two Colt players dropped before the coin toss. Oh,
Hey,
we
does that
still
mean
won.
that Riley Leonard's going to suit up for him now?
They were talking about that. They were like, which one of these is harder to replace, your corner 1 or your QB? Well, obviously the corner 1.
I don't know, man. Philly won a Super Bowl with QB too.
That's
Watch
true.
out.
But to be fair, I don't think we're winning any Super Bowl with Anthony Richardson.
I mean, you never would have thought you'd won a Super Bowl with Daniel Jones, but here you're on the track to right now.
God, I don't want to get in front of the skis, man. Just let it do one game at a time.
Right? No, I get that feeling. I get that feeling all too well. But yeah, I mean, that's about it. I mean, also we got another full weekend of college football. I mean, number 3, Indiana University takes on Michigan State at IU this weekend. Hoping to keep that streak alive, keeping that number 3 going. Number 1 Ohio State also plays in Wisconsin this weekend as well. And Ball State takes on Akron in Ball State. All right, that's going to be it for today, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode of the Geeks and Greeks podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram, and also now on TikTok at Geeks and Greeks. You can also reach us by email at geeksandgreeks365@gmail.com. And until next time, may the coin toss of life ever be in your favor. Later, guys.
Peace.
You stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder!